this. Hey, fella! Hey, fella!
Welcome to week 9 of the partycasino.com Snooker Premier League. Tonight we're live from Western Supermare. Tonight's matches, they look like this. Current world champion John Higgins takes on the putting sensation Judd Trump, and UK champion Sean Murphy takes on the Grand Prix champion Neil Robertson. As you can see, this is the league table, and with only 2 weeks left to play, the Premier League has never been closer. We've done our homework. We think we're right in saying it's still any 4 from 6. Even, get this, defending champion the Rocket, even Ronnie O'Sullivan is still not guaranteed a place in the finals weekend. But one thing is for certain: whoever loses in our second match between Sean and Neil is definitely out. So all to play for in both matches. We're going to meet the boys in just a sec, but first let's have a quick reminder of exactly what happened last week in the Premier League.
Neil Robertson, the wizard from Oz, versus Marco Fu.
Oh my God, I can't believe that.
As Robertson is just about to finish off the second frame. Fu desperately out of touch.
Good shot, excellent shot that.
Neil Robertson has taken a 2-1 lead. Already the highest break of the match. And this black would be enough to secure the frame.
This is close.
This to tie.
Played the shot again, it's close again. What a shot!
Chance for Fu.
Well, I can't believe it. That was frame ball.
This for a 4-2 win. I simply don't know how Fu lost it.
Both brilliant players as juniors. Now just both brilliant players. Been a very fluent break this.
Well, that settled the frame.
It wouldn't take an awful lot here to make this a wonderful chance. Beauty. Very good shot.
O'Sullivan then already well past the post in this frame.
Well, that was a long way out from Ronnie.
Very impressive this from Trump. It really does look absolutely great. O'Sullivan very well aware of the quality of opposition he's up against tonight.
That'll maybe cost him the frame now. So we're looking at 3-1 to Trump. A chance for O'Sullivan. What a shot that is. And that should be enough. Now, Trump can definitely win. This is a big frame to win for Trump.
O'Sullivan has simply been outplayed.
It looks like he salvaged a frame out of the wreckage.
A terrific performance from Judd Trump. He beats Ronnie at 4 frames to 2.
Yeah, it certainly was a terrific performance. I think it's fair to say no one really fancied Judd Trump before the competition started, but that's how things currently stand. He's in the driving seat, not guaranteed a place yet. We'll go through that tonight. I'm sure Phil Yates has got every conceivable possibility that could happen tonight. He's shaking his head saying he hasn't. I'm sure he has. But this is how the Premier League looks at the moment. Those 4 in red in action tonight. I'm joined, as I am most weeks at the top of the show, by former world number 6 Mike Hallett. Mike, we'll speak a bit about last week, because Judd Trump, I think it's fair to say, was here to make up the numbers when the Premier League started. Now he's looking one of the favourites to take the title.
Well, he's certainly found his feet in this event, and obviously getting used to the shot clock as well. He's at home, really. Ronnie obviously has done that over the last few years, but they were thinking how Judd was going to play, and I just think that the young man is now maturing. He knows that, and he said openly that the competition is here, top competition. That's what he needed to bring his game on, and he's played superbly.
We've got 7 of the best players in the world playing in this season's Premier League. We've been saying really from week 1 how tight it is. We're at the stage now, we've got 2 weeks left tonight, and then next week before the finals weekend, and it still is any 4 from 6.
There's 6 people that can still qualify, and these 2 matches tonight are very important for all those 4 players, of course. A win for any of the 4 players tonight virtually guarantees them into the semi-finals, but a tie that could still get in. But we're in for a fascinating evening, that's without doubt.
Okay, let's start with the first match then. John Higgins, current world champion, against Judd Trump, the man in form, the 20-year-old, not scared of going for anything. How do you see that one going?
Well, again, you know, Judd, everybody thought that Ronnie was going to roll over Judd Trump last week. It didn't happen. And I think John's got his game on here tonight. I really do. I mean, John's been in good form. We know that Ronnie's been struggling a little bit of late, but I just think this is going to be a great match. And John, in my opinion, has to be on his game tonight, because I think Judd is up for this one.
Okay, and Sean against Neil. Whoever loses, one thing's for sure, can't qualify.
Well, Sean has been playing well over the last few weeks, but Neil was struggling when he played up in Preston, when I saw him there. And but that'll be interesting. I think Sean's one of those players that he'll put in a performance because he knows he needs a win, and he's likely to come out and knock everything in. Okay,
let's find out what the bookies think of tonight's match, because they very rarely get it wrong, don't they? John Higgins against Judd. It's 2-1 the draw. John, as you can see, 11-10 favourite. Judd nearly 2.5 there, and Sean Murphy against Neil Robertson, 11-8. Sean the favourite. Neil was from 2-1 the draw, 15-8. Basically going on what you were saying there.
Yes, 2 fascinating matches, and I'm really looking forward to them. Really, we're getting to the stage now. We say we've got this week, next week in Llandudno, and but this is the important night. I think the boys don't want to go next week to Llandudno with a bit of pressure on. They want to do the business tonight, and I'm sure we're in for some great snooker.
Okay, let's get on with that great snooker. I'll let you get back to the commentary box. Time to meet the players, as always, introduced by John McDonald. And first up, Judd Trump.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the action where we are live at the Hutton Moor Leisure Centre in Western-super-Mare. ApartyCasino.com, Premier League Snooker, brought to you by Matchroom Sport. We're live on Sky Sport with 6 frames of action, 25-second shot clock, and our referee in charge is Mr. Paul Collier. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome a breath of fresh air to the world of snooker, the young talents of Judd Trump!
Another big roar for Judd Trump, becoming quite a familiar face now in the Premier League, a fancied face as well. Last week against Ronnie O'Sullivan, the Rocket, the 3 times world champ, defending champion here. You've been forward to a great victory for you, Judd.
Yeah, I played well. Ronnie struggled a little bit, so it made it a little bit easier, but I just need to take my chances every week now, and hopefully I can play well again this week.
I mentioned 3 times world champion. You got another one tonight. Same game plan?
I don't know, I didn't really have a game plan. I just go out and try and putt every ball I take on. Try and be a little bit more careful with my safety tonight. John's a good long putter, so if I can keep it tight and make a few big breaks.
I'll try and explain it to you and people here and at home, that if you draw tonight, that puts you and John both on 7 points. Then it goes down to frames 1, and you're both level at the moment, so obviously 3 more frames each, you'll be level again. Then it goes down to how you got on against each other, and then it's the race to 3. So basically what I'm saying is, whoever gets to 3 tonight, I think I've got this right in saying, has guaranteed themselves a place in the finals weekend. Were you aware of that? Have I just wasted the last 30 seconds of my life?
Yeah, it's a bit of a waste, to be honest.
Best of luck then. Cheers. Judd Trump, everyone. And I'll never get that back. Judd's opponent is the world champion.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the reigning champion of the world, the pride of Scotland, Judd Higgins!
Don't know if you heard the in-depth conversation I was having with Judd. It went on for about an hour, and the bottom line is it's the race to 3 tonight to guarantee yourself a place in the finals weekend. Were you aware of that, John?
No.
No. So you're learning tonight?
I'm kidding on, you were telling me in the background there.
Judd Trump, obviously the man to beat in this season's Premier League. Has that surprised you, his form?
No, because I played in the Championship League, the feeder tournament to come into this, and he won that. And no, he's it's something that the people back home that maybe have not really heard of Judd so much. Obviously they're hearing about him now, but every snooker player that plays the game knew how good he was, and it's only really a matter of time before he was coming through.
A lot of people are aware, John, that you're sort of getting on now a bit in the world of snooker. Were you aware that when you won the world title for the first time, your opponent tonight was just 9 years old?
Was he? Yeah, that was good.
But on a serious note, do you see a future world champion sitting opposite you tonight?
Yeah, I think he's definitely got the talent to do it. Of course he has, but I mean, there's so many good young players out there just now that you can only win the world championship. There's only one tournament that everyone wants to win, and everybody's trying to win it. So it's going to be tough. But of course he's going to have what, how old are you, Judd? No.
20.
He's going to have about 30 chances to win it.
And finally, it's always tradition, John. I always ask you before the match how you see the match going. Traditionally, you always get it wrong. So how do you see tonight's match going?
Oh, well, Judd will win then.
I see what you've done. Very good. Best of luck. John Higgins, everyone. Thanks, John. Should be a good one, this. Let's join our boys in the box. Mike Hallett, and first up, with all the facts, Phil Yates.
Thanks very much, Andy. Well, this is England versus Scotland. It is the only undefeated player in the tournament, i.e. John Higgins, against the revelation of the event, Judd Trump.
The first frame, Judd Trump to break.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I was very surprised with those odds. 12-5 Trump to win this match. He's already beaten Stephen Hendry. He's already beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan. I think that's tremendous value.
Well, it is. And I'm sure John Higgins will want to do something about that as he found that plank to the corner. He came round and had a look at it first. Yes, 2 good scalps for young Judd Trump. Well, you can see that had to be made. It wasn't quite set. And I'm just wondering if you can make it a hat-trick this evening
John
with
Higgins won.
the world champion. John will want to win this evening, no doubt about that. Fine, he's got another match next week, but he doesn't want to go into that match with a little bit of pressure. He wants to do the business this evening, if he can. I'm sure this young man will have a lot to say about it, though.
Foul and a miss. John Higgins.
Because he also could do with the 2 points to guarantee himself a semi-final place.
They've only crossed cues on one previous occasion. That was in the semi-final of the Grand Prix last year. Higgins won that 6-4 and went on to capture the title. In fact, that was the best result in a world ranking event, reaching a semi-final, that Trump's ever had.
Okay.
Better angle. Has he got the weight? Just. Good shot.
Touching ball.
It's a touching ball. John can play away back to the bulk area, but it was a good escape from Judd.
10 qualifying evenings in total in the partycasino.com Premier League, and I don't think we've ever gone quite so deep into the tournament with so many questions still remaining. Not a single player guaranteed a place in the playoffs. Only Marco Fu eliminated.
Red to right centre for John Higgins then. Yes, normally by this stage, Phil, we have a couple of lads that are there already, don't we? But not this year. And again, it will be a fascinating evening. And also, we'll see next week as well. Oh, black's tied up, so he'll have to come back for the blue. I think the pink goes as well. This one of the great young players in our game that will be taking over the new guard. I'm sure the old guard will be done and dusted within a few seasons, and these young men will be on your screens most of the time as Judd misses that pink, but as we said, he's maturing, isn't he, Phil? You know, on and off the table. Won't be too happy with the miss on the pink, though.
The one thing I certainly can't fathom out is that although he's played tremendously well in this tournament, his performances in ranking events this season have been very poor indeed. Lost to Marcus Campbell in his first match in qualifying for the Shanghai Masters, lost to the same opponent at the same stage of the Grand Prix, and he also lost early on in Masters qualifying as well to Andrew Higginson. Won only one frame in that match, so when he's up there at Pontins Prestatyn in those cubicles being watched by one man and a dog, can't seem to pot a ball when he's involved in matches with hundreds of people looking on. He seems to perform and rise to the occasion.
Well, John's left attempt to hit to the left corner. About that one. Nice nudge on the blue there, having caught the middle knuckle. Good long red though. Well, now then, does this red pass the black? I think he played well. I think there's just room there. He played on the red that's just right of the cue ball, but I think this one might just squeeze past the black there. Might have to go back for the blue.
He's scored heavily in this tournament so far. 13 century breaks have been compiled in total, and he's been responsible for 4 of them, including the highest, 139.
Yeah, the only criticism I would have of Judd at the moment, watching him play Ronnie O'Sullivan last week, Phil, was that there was a couple of occasions where he got in the balls and he missed frame ball. I just wish that I hope that he gets a little bit more intense and really work on his concentration. We've seen the great players like the Higginses, the Stephen Hendrys, the Steve Davises, in the game, that they have this knack of concentrating fully for periods of time. And sometimes I think that might just be a little bit an Achilles heel for Judd. Obviously he's got the talent and the game comes easy to him, but for me it just needs to work on that concentration
21.
and get a little bit more intense. And I think that he'll be 2 blacks better than he is now. But he's certainly been a duck to water in this event. He's looking at the red to the right centre here, so I assume he won't try and contact anything on the top cushion. Not guaranteed to be on one. The left hand one of the 3 there will go to the right centre pocket. He's playing with topspin. He got the double kiss. Oh, and missed the black.
Judd Trump 29.
And I think he's got away with that as well.
Only safety for Higgins.
Green a good target though. This looks good. He's got the snooker.
Lots of pressure on Trump tonight for a variety of reasons. 1, obviously he wants to qualify for the semi-finals. 2, he's playing the current world champion. And 3, this is effectively a home fixture. From Bristol, just 2 or 3 junctions up the M5 from here. Lots of family and friends in the audience, and he wants to perform for them.
But he's left John this red back into this corner pocket. Well played. Couldn't quite control the cue ball. A little bit unlucky to wobble in the jaws there, and he snookered himself on the black over the corner pocket. But this will be a snooker in behind the green, I feel.
Green ball.
Normally with 6 reds on the table, a 29-point lead wouldn't be significant. But with 4 reds close to the top cushion, Trump is handily placed in this frame.
Well, this has got to be dead weight. That's a great shot. He found the right side of the red. But he should be back there again in a minute. There's a tempter for John to the middle pocket there, but I read the one there, the pink spot, but not interested. It's green, brown and yellow. Big target to get him behind, although I think Judd can get through the gap here. There is room, but he's got to be careful pushing this red towards the black. Oh, well, he didn't play that one. He played the other one. And again, I think he's been fortunate.
Yes, the black is saviour.
It's one of those, Phil, isn't it? We gradually find these reds go over to that corner with that black being there. And that's a pretty good shot from John Higgins. I think he's got Judd Trump on. Judd Trump snookered on all of the reds, as you can see. Well, again, he's found a gap. Has to be careful. Well, adjusted the table, not bad, but playing it that way. There is a red on for John here to the left centre.
Clean pot, I suppose, in many respects. A little unlucky not to dislodge the pink into more open play, but at least he's on the black.
Could have done with that cue ball nearer to that side cushion. Might need the extension here. Extending rest. Let's not forget the shot clock as well.
Time out.
That's why John has called a timeout. The first of the evening. Yes, takes a little while to put all this stuff together. But he'd like to get the white high on the black here. He can play on the loose red, of course, but he'd like to dislodge the 3 reds on the top cushion. But you must get the red. That is a bad miss, really.
Higgins 8.
Centre pocket then. Back on to the black. Just missed it.
Yes,
Sorry, fellas, it was close, but those near knuckles are sharp, aren't they?
Yes, when you graze those near knuckles, there's absolutely no chance of the ball going, particularly in what was about medium pace for a pot.
1.
Well, that's a great shot. That shot there could win him this frame.
6. 7.
A touch hard, if anything, but it's okay. Has to cannon into this red. Has to be careful. He's played it well, but has he got any angle here to get back out for the black? He's going to have to screw the white back off top and side cushions. There's some angle there, but he's playing with topspin. Well,
15.
Trying to get around it, but full ball on the black would have been nice, but don't know whether he'll go for this black now. And that was a good chance there for John Higgins to take this opening frame. Just a safety, I feel.
Brown ball. Blue ball. John Higgins 15.
Well, snooker Judd on the one on the right, but you can see this one. There, the black spot. That one you can see. Can't see that one. Well, that's a kiss on the green. Didn't want it full ball. John can see this red. You can see both of them. Another chance then. It was close.
Yes, he cued it well. Nothing left easy, mind you. The red to the middle is rather acute.
Yeah, he's taking the white down the table. Well, still this first frame in the balance then. Could go either way.
And in these 6-frame contests, the opener is vital.
Has he fluked it? Oh, that was close. Good cue ball. But actually, John was a little fortunate there because he caught the red very thick indeed, and He managed to get away with it. Well, that's not a bad nudge either. Nearly got John snookered on both reds. Well, he only just avoided the double kiss. Well, again, could have done with the full ball contact there, but this is a chance for John Higgins. It's not an easy one, but it's potable. And as you can see, not much angle there. It needs good cueing. And it was. He's got the problem, the red on the cushion now, near the pink. But that was an excellent red. Now then, does he have the angle on the blue to run through and nudge pink and red open? No, it's too straight. He could play the yellow, but he could lay a snooker.
Just what I was thinking. If there's room for the red to go past the pink, he could lay a diabolical snooker here.
John Higgins 1.
Oh, yes, there is room to go past the pink there. I think John was trying to stop Judd coming off the left-hand cushion, but that's a little careless.
It was, Mike, heavy-handed.
Can he hit this red first? He could. And he nearly got a snooker back.
Well, the ball's more open now. Only the pink on the side cushion. You would assume that the player who makes the first mistake on the last red will pay for it.
Well, John's safety hasn't been too clever this evening so far, and he won't be too happy with that one either. Well, it's up to 92%, but there's been one or two loose shots within that percentage. Well, that's another chance gone begging. And Judd might have just thrown this frame away.
Higgins will have done his calculations. He knows that by potting the highest value ball off the last red, i.e. the black here, yellow to blue in addition, would be good enough to leave trump requiring a snooker.
Although that shot could have been better. Well, just has to pop this in though and stun over off the side cushion, bound to be on the green. Yes, just as Phil's mentioned, to the blue to make it 14 the lead, 13 on. That's my calculations as good as ever. Would make it 17 the lead, 13 on.
Same thing though, Mike. One snooker would be needed.
13.
Been chances on both sides.
$17.
He will not miss this.
22. $28 on the frame, John Higgins.
Trump will rue a couple of mistakes. Higgins relieved to get the first under his belt. Welcome back to the Hutton Mall Leisure Centre and the PartyCasino.com Premier League. John Higgins, the world champion, leads Judd Trump 1-0. Later on tonight, Sean Murphy against Neil Robertson. This is the nitty-gritty of the qualifying portion of the tournament. So many permutations, it could even come down to frames won. It could even come down to which player has got to 3 frames first, and that's why it's so important for either Higgins or Trump to do that in this match. It could decide whether they play in the playoffs or not.
Frame. John Higgins to break.
Just thinking about this, you know, Mike, Neil Robertson will be watching backstage and he will be hoping that one of these two wins. He's not particularly bothered which one, but if that's the case, he would then know that victory over Murphy would get him into the playoffs. Well, and Judd know next week it's Murphy Trump, Thu Hendry, O'Sullivan Higgins, and if results go a certain way this evening, all of those 3 matches could be live. All of them could have qualification implications. We've had occasions, Mike, in the past when we've gone into that last evening and we already knew who was in the semi-finals. They were all dead matches. It won't be the case this time. It's going down to the wire.
Not at all. As you were saying, I'm sure Neil Robertson is in the Players' Lounge watching this tentatively, as Sean Murphy would be as well. A fascinating evening ahead. First frame to the Scotsman here, though. Oh, this is a big shot. Just playing the safety aspect. I thought he was going for the pot there for a minute, but he's done well to get the cue ball back cushion, and he's covered both pockets with colours.
Well, the first frame was extremely scrappy. Neither player made a 30 break, but already the way the balls have split here, you get the impression we're going to see some fluency.
Well, safety coming up, obviously, but he's got to be careful here. There's plenty of reds he can hit. Well played. Ooh, I thought he'd got round that one. That was dangerous, and it could prove costly. He had to catch the red a little thicker than that.
When a player spreads the balls out on a table just to have a practice knock beforehand, he might put them in this kind of configuration.
1.
Yeah, I just wonder if John might just try and nudge the reds away from the black spot here. I wonder if he can avoid this red and just nudge the 2 reds away from... No, he's not doing that. I suppose no need, really. The blue spot is still available for the black.
7.
Not been at his most heavy scoring this season, you know. He's been in the semi-finals of the Grand Prix, the semi-finals of the Shanghai Masters as well, and yet he's only made 1 century break. In contrast to that, Judd Trump has made 9.
Yes, and a couple of those this evening would be handy. £1,000 a frame and £1,000 bonus for a century.
Timeout.
Well, John has taken his 2nd time out now. 3 allowed in 1 frame, 5 in total in the whole match.
You were just talking prize money there, Mike. More than likely before the end of the season,
23.
John Higgins will reach £5 million for his career.
Yes, incredible. On the table, of course, that. Numerous amounts of endorsements throughout the years. Stephen Hendry still way out there, though. Was he 8.2 million, I think?
30.
Might be a little more.
It's all very different from that
31.
1927 World Championship final when Joe Davis won £6 and 10 shillings.
Mind you, that's worth about 8.2 now, isn't it? Yes, incredible.
Well, you know, as late as 1972 when Alex Higgins won his first World Championship, his prize money, £470. Now, even with inflation, there's been a quantum leap.
Well, the blue having to go behind its own spot, this
36.
side, of course, towards the top cushion, because the black previously that John potted has occupied that spot. And I think black and blue still go.
37.
Now you'll play the black here, I feel, and just nudge through the blue here. Open up the middle of the table. Oh, my mistake, he's taken the blue, so our referee Paul Collier being kept busy here.
Paul Collier from Newport, where of course that Euro Millions winner lives. I believe you thought it was him.
I rang him, I asked him, he said I might have been doing a video link from the Bahamas if it was.
$43.
£45.6 million. That would buy quite a number of white gloves for him.
49.
Yes, you'd definitely try and iron that one out, wouldn't you?
50.
Two distinct frames. The first disjointed. Higgins, as we suspected when he came to the table, could well win this one in a single scoring visit.
56. $57.
Yeah, I wonder if that couple enjoy snooker, Phil. Would they sponsor the tour for us? It's all the way.
$63.
You just got the feeling that once John got that first frame under his belt, he was about to go into... Oh, why do we say things like that? I was about to say go into another gear as he misses that red. But there's still enough on for Judd Trump. That was frame ball.
Yes, that red and the pink in addition would have put him 70 ahead with only 67 on.
It will be a good clearance from here, though. I think he might have too much angle to split these two reds. He could play on the red on the cushion, the right on one of the two. He's gone to nudge them. This is a great effort. Well played. Great shot.
7.
Well, it's worth the replay, but there's still a lot to do. Clever, very clever. Took the opportunity to nudge the other red open.
Blue ball.
Two far-sighted positional shots, and suddenly the great steal is very much on. And he knows if he
13.
could possibly nick the frame, it would really hurt John Higgins.
Well, especially when that red was frame ball, of course.
14.
Just stunned down for the red right of the black. Just checking the clock. There. It's okay, he's got plenty of time.
$19.
Stun up for the pink. Well, he didn't quite have the angle to do that. He's trying to get the black back onto its own spot. Actually, that would have made it much easier for the last two reds, but he might have to take the blue now. I don't think he's got the angle to come down towards these reds from the black.
Needs to be just off straight here, and he is.
You got an almighty kick, but he's okay. Just okay.
25.
Just saw the blue jump, but it's okay. He can get out for the pink. I say the pink. He didn't mess about with that one.
26.
I thought he was going to play on the pink to the centre.
One good pot on the last red, and suddenly we could see the frame transformed.
Yes, what a steal this would be. But he doesn't want to be straight on this last red. He needs an angle. And I think he's just got a slight angle here. Now then, will he knock this in with power again and try and get out for the pink to the corner or down for the black? Can't see him playing on the black from there. He has, you know, even the blue. That's another great shot to get there with the cue ball. Not quite far enough for the blue, but the pink is on, and so far so good here for Judd Trump. And again, this would be a mighty steal.
Well, as I've already told you, he's got the highest break of the tournament so far. If he were to clear
38.
here, it would be, in my opinion, the best break of the tournament.
Yes, we've seen some good clearances over the years in our game. This would be up there. No, he's underhit it.
40.
He's just in between there, and he's got to make a decision. Does he go for the pot, try and hole for the brown, or does he play safe? He's looking at the potting angle. He's already on the table. I think he's going for the frame here. Oh, has it hit it hard enough? Is it there? It's a great shot.
43.
What a shot that is. Not only the pot, but look at the control of the cue ball. Now the steal is definitely on, and this will hurt John Higgins. One ball away from being 2-0 up here, and we've seen matches turn around on one shot. Could it be that red?
52.
A little loose off the blue. Overran for the pink. He should still pot it, but there's that extra grain of doubt.
No problem.
58.
What a great clearance this has been. Magnificent. Absolutely top draw.
65 and a frame.
Higgins launched a frame with a 63 break, but he's been trumped by Judd. 1-1. Given the personnel in this year's PartyCasino.com Premier League, we always thought it might be something special. It's a little tighter than we envisaged. So many players could yet make the semi-final playoffs, in fact. 6 players at the start of the evening still had playoff aspirations. That is exactly the same now. Even Ronnie O'Sullivan, the defending champion who's won this tournament for 5 seasons on the trot, is not guaranteed to be there at finals weekend in Hopton-on-Sea in Norfolk.
The third frame. Judd Trump to break.
Well, we've seen some magnificent centuries in this tournament this season, but that for me was one of the best ever. What a clearance that was from young Judd Trump, and he needed it as well. And as you were mentioning, Phil, this year, one of the best Premier Leagues I feel that we've ever seen. It's so open, isn't it?
Now that's just the kind of response that Higgins would have craved. Not just a tremendous pot, an inch-perfect kiss as well.
Don't be surprised if he wins this frame in one visit now. 70 or 80 plus. He will be angry with himself by losing that second frame, albeit by a great clearance from Judd, but that red that he missed, it was careless and it cost him.
8.
Especially with what's at stake this evening.
9.
And you know, Mike, that's what undermines great players as they get older. Lapses in concentration become more and more prevalent. Everyone assumed it's because of eyesight, lack of motivation. No, it's all about concentration.
16. 17.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be an immediate response here from John Higgins.
24.
Wow, can't believe he's missed that.
John Higgins,
He's concentrated
24.
that much on missing the pack with the cue ball. He took his eye off the red. Was he thinking maximum? Possibly.
1.
Good angle. Does he go into the bunch? 3 open reds available.
Just seeing if this thread goes below the pink, but it's definitely got one to the left corner. No, he's looking at the one to the right centre.
9.
That's not good. He's underhit that. He played on the pink to the corner. He might have to take the blue on. Well, he's still thinking about the pink. Well played. Well, he's nudged one out, but he's lost position. That's unlucky.
15.
Trump making his Premier League debut because he won the Championship League snooker last season. And of course the previous winner of the Championship League, Joe Perry, also made the playoffs in his first appearance.
Well, I'll stick my neck out here and say, Phil, I think he's worth another invite after his performances this year, irrespective of what he does for the rest of the season. I think he's been a breath of fresh air in this tournament. He really has.
I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Revels in the shot clock format. I was telling you in the opening frame that he struggled in the qualifiers for ranking events this season. Is it any surprise that Trump has lost those matches to a couple of players, Marcus Campbell and Andrew Higginson, who aren't exactly the quickest on the circuit?
Yes, it's obvious the fast players don't enjoy playing the slow players, and they knock them out of their rhythm.
In non-timed snooker, obviously it's completely up to the player concerned how fast or how slow he plays. Anytime it gets my goat is when you see someone slow down to play one particular opponent.
Within reason. I know what you're saying. Well, one of our players in this, of course, our defending champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan, he's often said he gets bored with that sort of scenario, and we can understand why. He's a pure entertainer. He wants to get on with it, play a nice fast-flowing game, but probably looking to try and bring the white back to the top cushion. Well, that split a few more. That's a good cue ball. It's an excellent cue ball, in fact. That's cut John's shot selection down. Although there is a tempter to the yellow pocket. That's a big shot. Oh, no, is he just playing a little dolly into the red here? Well, he's looking at the possible plan to get onto the black here. He's bringing the white back to the top cushion. There's some distance between these. Unlucky. Doubly unlucky to hit the green and push the red there.
It's the only way he could possibly have left a red. But for Higgins, at the moment, all donations gratefully accepted.
Oh, we talk about the talent of these boys and all that, you know, and the admiration, the dedication, but evidence there, Phil, that you still need that little bit of luck, don't you, to win matches, to win tournaments, to win world titles. John chose to drop the blue in, and they're always tricky when you tucked under the side cushion.
And when you play that shot, far more often than not, you undercut the blue. And that's what he did.
One. Six. Seven.
Now, which way will he go here? But the one nearest the pink spot is available. Could play on the one on the left-hand side. And you swing it round off two cushions. Both these reds go, I feel. Plenty of room.
12.
Take the right hand one, back for the blue. Just nudge the black there, but
13.
Okay.
Rather like the first frame, this. An awful lot of awkward balls.
Well, there they are, Phil, as you've mentioned.
18.
Those are the problems to win this frame at this visit.
19. $25.
Good hold for the pink. Could go back for the blue. Oh, well. Must concentrate on the pot first.
Judd Trump, 25.
Oh, he's got away with it. But would have expected him to get that one. John taking this red on to the green pocket. Oh, that's nudged things open down there. Now then, can Judd get through to this red down the table? I'm not sure. I think the green might be masking it. Yes, he can't get to the potting angle there, so we'll have to play a safety off this one down this end of the table. Have to hurry.
Yet to employ a timeout, Judd Trump. John Higgins has used 2 of his permitted 5.
There's been a couple of occasions this year where I think it was Judd and Neil Robertson where they had a chance to take the timeout, Phil, but they didn't. They they just got involved in the game and got ahead of themselves. They, you know what I mean? It was just there was an occasion where they could take it, didn't, and I think they messed the shot up in the consequence. Sometimes you're that involved in the game, you forget all about the shot clock. And that's the fascination of this Premier Snooker League.
Massive frame this. The loser will need to win the closing 3 in order to get the 2 points needed to guarantee a playoff place.
Well, it nearly went in off, but he has left the red on. Just looking at John Higgins there, he pinched the first and then he had a good 63 in the second, starting to look good, but as we saw, that magnificent clearance from Judd Trump to pinch the second, and he just seems to have gone off the boil a little bit here, John Higgins. Oh, that's not good. Intended to nudge the yellow out of the way.
And Higgins would dearly love to get the playoffs sorted right here and now, because his closing match in Llandudno next week is against
Ronnie O'Sullivan. That would be some match. Oh, slow down, slow down.
Foul. Judd Trump 4, John Higgins.
Well, we had
4.
said that these tables have been very, very fast all season. Evidence again there.
Yes, it's been horrible weather outside. Awful. Very damp today, and I just wondered whether we might have a little problem with the tables in terms of being slow and sluggish this evening. Absolutely not.
Five.
Well, packed house again here this evening. 6. Western Supermare, Phil, and plenty of body heat to warm up the arena.
Yes, the second West Country Premier League evening in succession. Last week it was Exeter, again, a capacity crowd there. And when it comes to crowd numbers, the Premier League always delivers.
He's underhit that by 2 or 3 inches. Won't play a pop now, he'll play a safety. And that was a good chance for John Higgins there. If you could just get onto that red and pop it in, a great chance to win the third frame. You'll need another chance. He's got to get this safe. It's pretty good.
John Higgins, 11.
He's got the snooker. Well played. Yes, Judd can swerve around that. You never know, he could cut this in. We've seen it happen before. But he'll be looking to get it safe, of course. Avoided the double kiss, although it's collided into the blue. Now then, will John take this red on? This is a big shot if he does. If he gets it, it could win him the frame. If he misses, it could lose him the frame. I think he's going for this. Not this time. Now then, where has the red finished? It's coming down the table. Well, it was a mighty bounce off the cushion there, and I think he's just got the snooker. It's been a little fortunate. 2 cushions here for Judd. Not easy to get safe. Well, he's missed that by a long way. I say 2 cushions, it might be 4. There you go. We are not worthy. I thought
he played it off too. Higgins not smiling. The majority of the crowd are smiling.
Another good safety from John Higgins. Oh, it's not a bad second kiss.
The colours sitting pretty. Whoever pots the last red surely will take a 2-1 lead.
I wonder if, well, I was thinking if John might have a go at this one, Phil. I don't think so. He had a look at the angle down the cushion, but chose to play the safety. Just 4 points the difference in this third frame. All to play for. Trying to use the bulk colours to cover the red, hasn't done so. John will just send the red around the table again here. Probably has to avoid the blue in the centre of the table. I'm sure he's trying to get this red to the top cushion. Well, I say avoid the blue, he had to avoid the green. And he left it on. It wasn't quite the perfect angle to play that shot. He tried to create it. And he's left Judd this chance now.
One negative for Trump, because the cue ball is so close to the side cushion. Position control at least limited. That was the problem, hitting the black.
There's always an outside chance of going in off there. Well, Judd shouldn't take anything on here. The pink is massive, he should just lay a snooker. It's behind black, pink and blue. That's the shot. Well,
Judd Trump,
a 5-point lead, cleverly trying to put the black to the side cushion. A little bit of insurance for later on in the frame, but he wanted that black tight to the cushion, really. Well, John will come off the back cushion, but as always, easy to hit, not always easy to get safe. Well, it was a good hit, but it's on. Just a chance here. I'm sure Judd will take it on. Natural angle to get onto the green. He's played it at pace. I thought he might just drop it in dead weight, but that's not good. Won't be happy with the result. He's got a decision to make here. Does he take the green on to the left corner, or does he just play the safety? This bottom left corner for me is favourite. Stun onto the side cushion. Well, he could play it in that one, but for me I think he might take it possibly to the other corner pocket.
Time out.
His first time out, and I think that's timely because he has a big decision to make.
Choices to either corner. He could push the green to the top cushion. Will he attack or will he defend? He's taken this green on to this bottom right hand corner. It's not far away. Oh!
Judd Trump 2.
Clever though, he's got the cover with the blue.
Also clever from John Higgins. He's also got the cover with the blue. Cushion first, I feel. Well played. This frame, all about this green. Well, John should play green across, white up and down, although he's been prone to be playing these around the angles actually. No, the conventional shot this time.
Well, if you enjoy frames that go down to the colours, this is your kind of match. The first frame decided on the blue, the second on the black, and this is another tight run thing.
Well, same again for John Higgins here, twice across with the green, white up and down, waiting to try and get in behind the brown. Played with check side. Now I don't think he's got a full ball snooker, which he hasn't, but Judd can't get to the potting angle. So I'm sure this will be a safety. Well, I'm not sure about that one. I believe he went for that. I think he's tried to kick that in with a bit of side. Just look at the result. Very lucky.
You have to say on the balance so far Trump is getting marginally the better run.
Well, I believe John played the safety there. He didn't play the pot off the blue. Yes, but I agree with you, Phil, but he can't keep getting it. It'll run out sooner or later. And Judd has to make sure that he plays the correct shots here. Now then, can he pop this green in? But no, I think he can just avoid the top pocket with the cue ball. Back for the brown. That was another chance, and he's brought the blue into a better position. Well, John, what's he going to do here? Just drop this in dead weight? This needs good cueing. I think he's overcut it. He's overdone it, but has he got the snooker? I don't think he has. He can get through to this green.
And 7 in front, it means Trump needs green, brown and blue for a 2-1 lead over the world champion.
Well, Judd has taken a time out here, just checking to see if the brown passes the blue. It's just a question of which way he's going to play this to get on to the brown here. He could play this with a lot of topspin and right hand side. He could play a half stun shot. There's no problem with the pot. It's just getting that white back in the correct position for the brown. Well, not perfect.
3.
25 minutes the frame in progress for. That's lengthy by Premier League standards, but for the winner, every second will be worthwhile.
He's gone for the brown. Is it there? It looks good. What a great shot. What a great shot.
It was, Mike, but the blue is not a certainty. Cue ball dead on the side cushion. Horrible shot to play.
Frame ball. Especially at that weight. Well, it must have been dead straight, but I thought it had the slight angle, but what great cueing that was. The brown and the blue.
Great cueing and youthful nerves. One snooker required by John Higgins, then pink and black to force a respot, and that's why he's continuing on with every justification.
Yes, a black in a pretty good position as well to lay the snooker. Just didn't quite get enough side on the cue ball. He needs that pink to run. Oh, this frame could be over now. Well, this is easy compared to the blue he's just knocked in. Aha, dead weight. Making sure he kept a lot of distance between pink and black. Well, that was nearly a very clever shot. Maybe I'll just play this dead weight and nudge the black to the cushion. Chose not to. Wise move, actually. John trying to nudge the black off the cushion. He's done that. And it's not too bad actually there. Chance here for John Higgins though to get in behind this black. About half ball off the pink here with a little bit of side. This is all about pace. Too pacey. Not now though. What a nudge that
is. And the distance the pink is off the ball cushion, this is not a certainty to make contact.
Well played. Just shows you the importance, Phil, as we've said over the years, down the years, you must kill off the frame when you get the chance. I'm not saying Judd had an easy chance to kill off the frame, but the pink to the yellow pocket, I think he should have made sure of that one.
Of course, the boot was on the other foot last week when Trump nicked a frame off Ronnie O'Sullivan after requiring a snooker himself.
Might be over now, though. Why do these boys do it to us, eh? Still a chance for John Higgins. Now then, just one good pot, and it's 2-1 to that young man.
The unbeaten record of John Higgins in the Premier League of 2009 is under serious threat because he trails Judd Trump 2-1. Judd Trump has been West Country mustard so far here tonight at Weston-super-Mare. He leads John Higgins by 2 frames to 1. Later on it's Sean Murphy against Neil Robertson, recently crowned the Grand Prix champion up in Glasgow. Now this is how the Premier League table stood at the start of the evening. Only Marco Fu has been eliminated from playoff consideration. Any of the other 6 players could still go through. Huge frame for John Higgins.
Thank you, ladies and gents.
Everything seemed to be going great guns
John
for
Higgins
him.
to break.
He won the first, last red to pink clearance on a 63 break in the second frame. Missed a very straightforward red. And Trump produced an outstanding 65 clearance to snatches on the black. The last frame, 30 minutes, a real marathon. That went to Trump also on the blue. This is a massive frame for Trump as well, because if it comes down to a count back on the match between him and John Higgins, we'll go down to who has reached 3 frames first.
One.
Well, he's trying to get comfortable here, but red is slightly in the way. He's okay. Has to hurry. Well, the nudge on the blue just slowed the cue ball down a touch.
4.
I think he's just taking the left on one of the two there. Just in enough angle. He's overdone it on the blue though. Could be green again. He's got the choice of green or blue, but I think green is favourite. Wants to get amongst the black spot if he can, but those 2 reds are around the black, a little awkward. He won't care what colours he takes as long as he wins this frame.
Eight.
I'll play it.
9.
Well, just a little heavy for the pink, but could take the blue to the corner. Oh, he's now looking at the pink. So to hurry up. Yes, he's called the timeout. He's taken 3 now, John Higgins, and Judd has taken 2. 5 allowed in all. And we've still got a fair way to go in this match yet. It could get interesting towards the end. timeouts are required, and there were none left.
15.
Hit that well. Nicely, the right side of the blue. Again, would love to get on that red right to the black. I think the other one will go to the right corner as well. And he's played it that way, he's played in between them. That looks very good indeed. It looks perfect. What a great shot that is.
Nearly.
Yes, referee Paul Collin nearly knocked John out of the way there. But John would like to just leave the white low here so he can just nudge the red away from the black spot. It's perfect.
22.
Just a little nudge on the red, open up that red. In fact, it went, but it certainly does now.
The key to success for Higgins is not to dwell
30.
on the loss of the previous 2 frames, especially the second. Now this is a really good angle to go into the bunch.
Yes, wants to hit the right hand red of the bunch here, if he can. But we've already said the importance of this frame for the Scotsman. Nicely played. Held for the left hand red.
37. 38.
Now doesn't want to falter as he approaches the winning line.
45.
Did all of the graft in the second frame, couldn't quite get over the hump. Will he do so
46.
here?
Yes, the frame ball that he missed as well was not tough. And he looks more focused now. Red to the right centre here, back for the black.
53.
In fact, he's going through for the blue or pinker on this occasion. Oh, again.
John Higgins,
looking like
53.
He's going to secure the frame and hasn't done so. I thought he changed his mind there. I'm sure he did. He was thinking about coming back for the black, chose to go down for the blue, and then missed the red.
And if you change your mind and don't get up from the shot, you're in the wrong position to pot it.
1.
Well, it's cost John Higgins 1 frame this evening, which would be dear. This certainly would be, well, mightily important if he loses this one.
Eight. 9.
As we've already said, it could be absolutely vital if Trump gets to 3 frames first. If these two finish level, and they finish level on frames 1, the first player to 3 in their own match, i.e. this one, would have the advantage.
Well, he's under-hit the cue ball, but that could be the awkward red.
16.
Blue and pink still go to the centre, which could have done with the cue ball a little higher on this one, but if he gets these 4 reds in the middle of the table, it's a question of how he's going to tackle that red down the table. Nice recovery.
17.
Mike, he's 27th in the provisional world rankings, Judd Trump. Everyone knows he's better than that.
Yes, also, as you mentioned about the ranking events, if he doesn't up his game in those tournaments, he could be out the 32, which would mean 2 qualifiers
22.
next year. And we know how difficult that has been for players down the list. Mark Williams,
23.
Ken Doherty, Jimmy White. It's a minefield.
Mike Hallett.
Thank you. I wish I was there.
Judd Trump won the Pontins
28.
Open one year, one of the biggest prams in snooker, and he defeated you in the final, Mark.
29.
He was only 13 years of age, and while everyone was celebrating a successful tournament at a reception afterwards, he was spotted outside playing on the swings.
Thanks. Yeah, I had to get him out of the creche before we started the final. Maybe we could say then there was some talent. He's coming to the fore now, but as we say, it's the...
34.
He loves playing in this event. He really has found his feet against these top stars. It's the other
35.
stuff that he has to focus on and get himself into the top 16 if he can. We know he's got the talent. This young man could take over the game in the next 4 or 5 years if he really knuckled down.
This is the big shot of the frame.
He's missed the cannon. 9 behind. There's no way he'll go for this.
42.
He's got to play a good safety. Well, I'm not sure
Trump, 42.
whether that was an attempt at a pot. Well, it was a risky one to take on if he did, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I remember that day after the final there, Phil. I think I was having a glass of wine and he was having a pick and mix. Now, is this a pot here? It was. And again, he's been a little fortunate. He's got away with 1 or 2 this evening. It's got to be said.
At this level, it makes all the difference. If you miss one, you expect to leave your opponent in.
Well, John cleverly trying to get him behind the pink, but he's got the snooker behind the green. No, it might just be the thinnest of edges sticking. Well, I'm behind the shot. No, he can't see it. He's got to come off the side cushion. Dead weight, perhaps. Got to be careful. Looks good. Ooh,
Foul.
missed
Miss.
it.
John Higgins 4. Thank you. More this way.
I think John is saying that it actually wasn't snookered with the pink, he was only snookered with the green here.
It would have to be if the pink wasn't it then. We'd be like, we'd be so far over. A little bit more. A bit more.
And perhaps there just was a little bit of the pink showing. These boys, they don't like to gain any advantage. They're not looking to gain any advantage. They're pretty good.
I think John's right here, you know. I think he's showing a lot of sportsmanship by saying that.
Yeah. It was slightly masked with the pink. That's absolutely perfect, I feel now. Our referee Paul Collins got it right. Better angle. Oh,
Foul.
missed it again.
John Higgins 4. Okay.
This looks better. But he has left it on. That's what Judd didn't want. The question is, will John Higgins take the red on down the cushion? He can only stay on the brown to the centre. He's not interested. A safety. A wry smile there. That was a big shot to take on.
His success has been built on a platform of playing percentage snooker. He's an attacking player, but when he feels there's no value, he will refuse them.
Won't be happy with that shot though, because he should have got the snooker. But having said that, no, he's okay. Judd has just covered the red with the yellow, actually. The potting angle, that is. I'm trying to get the white and band the yellow here, I feel. Well, at least bring the red up this end of the table for a snooker. If it cannons the pink full ball, it looks very good.
And that will do nicely.
Well, coming off the right hand cushion, just taking the angle down a little bit here with the pink. That's the way he's going, but he's got to get this safe. Has he fluked it? Ooh. He's got a snooker back. Touché.
He's played very nicely tonight. He's made a tremendous clearance to win the second frame, but he would be the first to admit he's riding his luck.
Well, keep going while it's there. Oh, this could be a free ball.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump 4, free ball.
Well, it is a free ball, but it's not an easy pot on. Judd has the option of putting the white back or putting John in from there. Third option, of course, is the free ball. He could play off the blue, put the white behind the black. But for me, I would have the white put back.
Yellow.
Well, he's taken the yellow on. Does count as the red. Well played. Slow down. He's just gone too far. He went for the frame there. It was an excellent pot on the yellow, but no points for guessing the next shot.
Yes, he's about to put John Higgins in a world of trouble.
Judd Trump 1.
Oh, this is a worse one than the last one. That's the angle. It's got to avoid the pink. This looks wide. It looks too wide. I'm not sure whether he can hit that red from that position with the pink there. Again, the decision to be made here for Judd this time. Does he take the red on? No.
It's such a difficult escape. Trump's working on the assumption that he's going to get a few more penalty points before this is over.
Okay, Judd.
Well, wide again. I'm not sure whether he can get there from there.
Foul and a miss.
He's got to miss the pink by a fraction. But with all the colours on the spots, this is really difficult to hit.
I think Trump would be well advised to have the cue ball put back again. Yes, the pot on the red is available, but it's a tough one.
Well, he's thinking about it, but he's got to make up his mind. No, he's having the white put back. This really is a difficult red to hit here. I say it's he's got to calculate the angle off the second cushion here, and he's got to miss the pink by a fraction, just beyond the pink. No, too wide again. I'm sure that will go back.
Judd Trump 4. Yeah.
It's just not going anywhere. And the points keep going on the board. Expecting to go the same way again. Well, I don't think he can get there.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump 4.
Well, I'm just wondering whether this is an option. Okay, I've got the line over the brown, but with a lots of side, he might be able to just avoid the brown on the left-hand side. He's going the same way. This is closer.
Foul and miss. Judd Trump 4.
Well, that's another option. That's coming off the top cushion, but he's going the same way again. Oh, that's wide.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump 4.
Lost count here, Mike. Is that 24 penalty points?
I think it is. No, it's 5. I think it's 20. I think 5 so far. Just looking at that angle, Phil, a possibility off this top cushion. Just missed. It's 6 actually. Yes, it is 24. 6 misses. Not close to the record yet. Oh, now then, this is better. Well played. Remember that film, Tin Cup, with Kevin Costner? He persevered.
The frame could be elongated now with the yellow going on the side cushion. Both players needed.
That's another good shot. It was said that this young man would have got the tactical upper hand against the world champion John Higgins. He's nearly got one back. Well, amazing this game, isn't it?
Now, contrary to the belief of some people, the law of averages doesn't apply to luck. But there, the balance was somewhat redressed. But look at this. It swings back towards Trump.
Incredible. He might go for this. This is the sort of pot that he loves to take on. No, I think it's a safety. Oh no, my apologies. And again, he's been fortunate.
3 of the 4 frames over 20 minutes in duration. Now that's unusual for the Premier League, but it's been gripping stuff. Every frame has gone down to the colours. At this level, something you don't see too often.
I'm going for a lie down after this one, Phil. You can do the last 2. Oh, he's brought the yellow. Oh, hang on. I was going to say he took the yellow off the cushion, but this frame could be over now.
The only possible stumbling block, it would appear, the yellow, but even that's not dead on the ball cushion.
And I think he might have just landed too straight on the black. He might have some angle to get close to this yellow. He's got the blue to the centre, but I think he's got some angle on the black, but he needs a lot of power to get close to that yellow. Well, reverse spin with side. That's a great shot. Well played.
And absolutely millimetre perfect on the yellow.
Just needs yellow and green. Oh, has he covered it? I don't think he has. How close was that to winning this fourth frame? Could be a steal for the world champion. Well, that could have been better.
2.
This is tricky. He's going to have to play this with a little bit of side. Chose to play it playing ball, but I would think a little stun off back and top cushions here for the blue.
13 adrift. The last 4 colours needed.
What a massive frame this is for John Higgins.
9.
For both of them. Well, he's overdone it. I think the blue passes the pink to the centre, but he played on the blue to the corner. Still another good shot needed here. A good pot and good position.
John Higgins 9.
Well, I'm afraid that's been the story of John Higgins' match so far this evening. He's got so close to clinching frames, and he hasn't done so.
Trump looking at the scoreboard. It tells him he's 9 points ahead, so the blue would leave Higgins requiring a snooker.
He's left it.
Can't see him messing this up.
Well, this could be a little edgy one, but back for the black. No, I have no problem. Big
11.
frame for John Higgins, and now it looks like he's going to win it.
So far, 2 frames on the black, 2 frames on the blue, but still a knockout punch to be delivered. John Higgins was the jaws of a ball pocket away from not being able to beat Judd Trump here in Weston-super-Mare this evening. Now though it's 2 frames each, 2 more to play. All results still possible. Second up, it's Sean Murphy, the former world champion, against Neil Robertson.
Thank you, frame 5. Judd Trump to break. Settle down, please.
Well, momentum has ebbed and flowed and no one can get a grip on the match. The way he's potted tonight, and indeed in the tournament as a whole, I think everyone assumed Trump would pot the frame ball blue there to go 3-1 ahead. Higgins pleasantly surprised he didn't.
Happy to get another chance, I'm sure. Well, considering what's gone on before, who's going to predict what's going to happen in these two? Still have a chance to, both players still have a chance to win the match, of course, and qualify for the finals weekend.
Well, everything has to fall into place for this to happen. It's unlikely, but we could see, 5 players finishing on 7 points now in the past 7 points is an absolute guarantee to the playoffs.
1.
If either Trump or Higgins can win the closing 2 frames, they will be the first player to book their place.
That's perfect. He's on the red left of the black.
4.
Yes, and Judd has got to pick himself up here a little bit, because what a chance that was on the blue to make it 3-1. Oh, he hasn't played that too well. Tried to play a calculated cannon and it's gone wrong. He's out of position. Just a safety now.
Judd Trump 5.
He's played a good one though. But he'd love to still be at the table. Side cushion into the side of the pack. Good angle. Well, he's nudged the red out, but the black is covering that corner pocket. Well, there's not been centuries flying in, Phil, but it's been an interesting match.
Timeout.
Trump elects to take his 3rd timeout. 3 each in that regard. Both have got 2 left.
Oh, this is a plant. He's looking at these 2 reds to the left centre. They look set there when we had a quick look at it. He's still looking at it. Chose not to.
And behind the yellow, yes.
Excellent. There's nothing on that side. I don't think there's anything on the right hand side. No.
And the value of a snooker in behind the ball colours is always increased when the reds are well spread, as they are here.
Got to be careful. Oh, that's wide. Well, if there's nothing on for John Higgins,
Foul.
we'll go back.
John Higgins 4. Okay. Okay.
A little further down the cushion this time. That's better. Although it's too narrow this time. He caught the first red on the way through, but he's left a couple of reds on here. Well, Judd had to make the adjustment there, but overdid it. And that excellent safety come snooker from John Higgins
1.
has got him in.
Has the match got away? A little too early to say that definitively. But you just wonder.
6.
And just to repeat, John Higgins would dearly love to seal his semi-final appearance here in Weston-super-Mare up in Llandudno next week. His opponent is Ronnie O'Sullivan. A clash of the Titans in the closing qualifying contest.
Well, that would be massive.
14.
To be honest, I don't think Ronnie O'Sullivan would fancy that either, because he's
15.
been struggling this year.
They have played this season already, Higgins and O'Sullivan. Semi-final of the Shanghai Masters, a tournament that O'Sullivan went on to win. He won that semi-final quite comfortably, but that was not a vintage performance by any means. It was more down to the fact that Higgins had a shocker.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say there, Phil. The one in the Grand Prix was fantastic, wasn't it?
That was their second meeting, and Higgins won it 5-4. Should have lost. O'Sullivan in to win 5-3. Mr. Simple Red.
Well, he missed a simple red in the second frame here this evening, which cost him that wonderful clearance from Judd Trump. And he has missed one or two once he's been in. From his point of view and his fans, I'm sure they're hoping that it won't be the case here.
31.
Western Supermare. I
36.
suppose its most obvious snooker connection is Lord Archer, a former president of the World Professional Billiards and Snooker Association.
$37. $44. $45.
Well, Reg will go to the right corner. He might choose to nudge them here. Oh, this little stun up. Well played. Now that shot should win in this frame.
52.
In the commercial break before this frame, Mike Hallett said to me he might be punished for letting John Higgins
53.
off the hook there in frame 4, talking about Trump's miss on the blue. And Mike has been proved correct. At this very high standard of the sport, you have to be ruthless.
58.
Well, that's the difference between good players and great players and legends. And this man at the table is a legend in our game.
59.
58 in front, John Higgins. This is frame ball. Highest break of the match so far,
66.
superseding Trump's 65 clearance to steal frame number 2 on the black. Now, can he make his
67.
first century break of this year's Premier League?
An extra £1,000 on offer, of course. Well, he's got a kick there. He's got a massive kick, and he's taken all of the pace out of the cue ball.
74.
But this is a thin cut. He's won the frame. He might as well go for it. I'm sure he'll go for it. Oh, he's gone for the double.
74 on the frame, John Higgins.
At just 10 minutes, the quickest frame of the match so far, and for John Higgins, perhaps the most significant. He leads 3-2. A multitude of equations swirling round in the partycasino.com Premier League. But no ifs, buts or maybes. If John Higgins were to win the closing frame against Judd Trump for a 4-2 victory, he would be in the semi-finals, absolutely guaranteed. And here is the frame in question.
The final frame of this match, John Higgins to break.
There's the table as it stands. John Higgins, at the very worst, is guaranteed 1 point. That's why he's gone to 7. And that's why, currently, he's top of the table. And the initial scoring chance falls to the Scot in the all-important 6th frame. Higgins wins this, remember, and he's through. Also, if Higgins were to win the frame and match, it would mean that Robertson, with victory over Murphy, would be assured his place in the playoffs as well.
Six. Seven. 13.
'Just looking at this league table, you know, Mike, I'm a dunce. My producer
18.
is a genius. He's just told me that Robertson wouldn't be guaranteed to be through, and of course he's right. But if Robertson were to beat
19.
Murphy, it would take an unlucky sequence of results for him not to be there. What a transformation, though. Higgins not really firing at all. Even in the 4th frame, which he ended up winning on the black, made a lot of mistakes. But since Trump missed the blue, it's been all one way.
Time out. 1 left now, John.
Higgins takes his 4th timeout, only 1 more left, but of course this is the final frame, so I don't think he's risking too much.
John Higgins, 32.
Sometimes you get the concentration disturbed with the pitch. Not there. What a great red that is.
Time out. You've got 1 left as well.
Now it's Trump's turn to take his penultimate timeout.
Oh, this is a big shot he's taking on here. I think he's looking at this black. Is he taking this on? Is it there? Oh, it's one of those, isn't it?
Judd Trump.
If it goes in, it could win you the frame. And now it could lose him the match. Not sure about whether that was the correct shot there, Phil, on that black. You know, it's one of those, isn't it?
It's a match that's got away.
Six. Seven.
That's been the way of it with John Higgins so far in this tournament. He hasn't played dominant snooker by any means, but he's done enough.
$13. $14. $19. $20.
And when we look back on this match, Mike, there's an obvious turning point.
Yes. Especially in this final frame. I think the one that you were referring to, Blue, Phil, was the blue in the fourth frame that Judd had to the green pocket, which would have made it 3-1 to him.
Yes, and then the black mist, I think, has effectively spelled the end of his chances of salvaging a point.
Yes, I think John has come through the bad period in this match. Judd has taken on one or two more than I feel that he should have done. He's got away with one or two as well. He's tried to ride his luck here this evening, but unfortunately for Judd, it's come back to him a little bit. And not an easy match for young Judd Trump in his final match next week in Llandudno. He's got the former world champion, Sean Murphy.
35.
This one's over.
36.
It's going to be 3 victories and 2 draws for John Higgins in 5 matches. That's a total of 8 points. He's semi-final bound.
41. $42.
Just nudge the red off the cushion here. This exhibition stuff now. But like I said, he weathered the storm. 2-1 down. Judd missed the blue to go 3-1. It went 2-all.
44.
And John has come back strong, like the true world champion that
he is.
45. Yes, Mike, world champion, and also well clear at the top of the provisional world rankings. A good semi-final asset.
49. 50.
He has been put to the test, but he's come through it.
55. 57.
Easy now, aren't they? This will go in at pace. Wow, I thought he might have got a little bit John will be feeling very good inside.
64. $69.
Someone shouted Green Army there. Of course, in John Higgins' case, it's Celtic.
75.
Doesn't bother with the black. The job is done. At 2-1 down, he was looking dodgy. But then a hat-trick of frames did the trick. He's beaten Judd Trump by 4 frames to 2. The playoffs await.
Welcome back to the partycasino.com Snooker Premier League. Confirmation of our first match tonight. John Higgins took on the 20-year-old potting sensation Judd Trump, and he got full points, full marks to John Higgins, beating him by 4 frames to 2. And as you can see, a massive game next. Sean Murphy, Neil Robertson. Whoever loses that game is out of the Premier League. But that win for John Higgins puts him top of the tree and guarantees him a place in finals weekend. I'm glad to say that John Higgins is with me now. Firstly, John, congratulations, but there's a few moments throughout tonight's match where the old ticker must have been going.
Yeah, it was the second frame. I've missed quite an easy red to go 2-0 in front, and Judd's done an unbelievable clearance. It was fantastic. And then he should have really went 3-1 in front. He missed a long blue, which he never normally really misses long ones.
We've got that actually, that blue. Obviously you were sat in your seat, but when Judd's faced with a pot like that, you must be thinking he's going to nail it.
Yeah, he's such a good potter that I thought that was at 3-1, and the way he's left it, he left it quite an easy chance for me to clear up.
I'm always thinking in the first frame the balls were very open for you. When you're at the sort of standard where you are, and you come to the table and the balls are spread, you've got sort of 15 reds all over the place. Is there added pressure because everyone expects you to clear the table?
Sometimes, but I mean it's tough. Although the reds sometimes are really open, sometimes they're covering each other, and then with added pressure with the shot clock, you're looking up at the clock as well. So it all adds into the mix, which it's maybe not as easy as normal.
You seem like you're enjoying it out there. Certainly towards the end, the arm loosened up a bit.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get the old arm loosened up, and great to be through. Obviously now it's I can sit back and relax and watch everybody else sweat it out.
I suppose your last match is against Ronnie O'Sullivan. We've just seen the league table. Ronnie, I wouldn't say needs a win, but a win guarantees him a place. There is, as things stand, the chance that he might not make it, so he'll be gunning for that win. Is it easier or harder for Ronnie playing against a John Higgins that doesn't need a win?
Well, it's one of the ones that I'll be trying my best to knock Ronnie out, because it's normally in the last few years when he's been through at the semi-final, he plays fantastic. So I'm sure everybody left in the tournament would be, apart from Marco, would be hoping that I can beat Ronnie next week. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, finally, before you go, we've got to say something about the crowd, because week in, week out in the Premier League here on Sky, it's always packed out, and again tonight, no exception. Yeah, this has been the best. The best atmosphere I've played in this year, so it's fantastic, brilliant, well done. Brilliant stuff. Well, well done, congratulations, you're into the finals weekend. John Higgins, everyone. Thanks, John. Well, it's going to get better and better. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, whoever loses is out. We'll see you in just a second.